The Law Show is on 890 AM WLS.
Welcome back to The Law Show. I'm attorney Brian Dailey, broadcasting live from high atop the Law Show studios in the Windy City, Chicago. We should call it the Windy Sunny City, Chicago. On 890 AM WLS, answering all your legal questions at 855-529-7469. You can also email your questions to questions@thelawshow.com. We're going to go directly back to the phones now. We're going to talk to George. George, welcome to The Law Show.
Oh, thank you for listening to me. I'm going to ask you two questions, and the first one's really pretty quick. My son-in-law works for a large department store chain,
Okay.
and he works in the pickup department, and he was pushing a tractor onto the showroom floor, and he ruptured a disc in his back. So he's been going to the doctor and everything, and now he's in therapy. And we live in the state of Indiana. He was wondering if he could collect for pain and suffering.
Normally, in workers' compensation matters, you cannot collect for pain and suffering. I'd have to take a specific look at Indiana, but Indiana is probably one of the most conservative states in the country for tort law. But tell me again, how did he rupture his disc?
He was pushing a tractor onto the showroom floor.
Was he actually employed for the person that owned the showroom?
He was working for the department store chain, and he was just pushing one out there for show.
What kind of a tractor was it?
Oh, big one of these. I don't, like the Craftsman type. Geez, I'm giving away the store chain.
No, you're not.
and it was one of those big tractors that you ride on to cut your lawn.
Yeah. If he's strictly workers' compensation, I'm pretty sure he's not going to be able to get pain and suffering. But why don't you? Do you have access to email?
I don't have an email. I don't work a computer at all. Okay. I don't do it.
All right. Well, then what?
All that. I don't even touch the computer.
When we're done with our call, I want
anyway,
you. Hold on. Hold on.
I'm sorry.
When we're done with our call, I want you to stay on hold, and then Kevin's going to get your phone number. I'm going to call you back with the answer on that. But I'm pretty sure that you're not going to be able to get that. But go ahead.
I have another question.
Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, my daughter got bucked off of a horse, and she had to go to the hospital, and they said that her arm was a small fracture in her elbow.
Okay.
Well, she went back to the orthopedic doctor, and he said there was an inch gap in her elbow, and she should have had a pin put in it. But now they don't want to operate because they're worried about an infection. Can she have a malpractice suit? Doctor.
She can have a malpractice suit. Indiana, as I said, is very, very conservative about that. But there is a law firm down in Indiana, in Auburn. Where are you guys located?
We live in Maryville.
Is that close to Auburn?
It's close to the border of Illinois.
All right. Well, listen, there's a law firm in Auburn, Indiana named Grimm & Grimm. My very, very good friend and law school classmate, Kurt Grimm, is probably one of the best medical malpractice lawyers in Indiana. And if you hold on and give us your number and the information on this, then we'll get you in touch with Grimm & Grimm right away, and he'll tell you what you got, okay?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for calling the Law Show. Now, hold on. Kevin's going to get your information.
Okay, I'll stay on line.
We're going to continue answering all your legal questions at 855-529-7469. We're going to talk to Dean now. Dean, welcome to the Law Show.
How you doing today?
Fine,
Great.
thank you. What can I do for you, Dean?
Regarding our Fifth Amendment rights, I was stabbed down in southern Indiana.
Okay.
And refused to blow. The reason I refused to blow
is because you were going to blow heavy, right?
Well, I just had one thing.
You were intoxicated, weren't you?
No.
You started drinking, you got behind the wheel, you got pulled over, and then you decided to play games with the cops and say, I'm not going to give you any sample of my breath, didn't you? Well, listen.
No.
Okay, so tell me what you did. If you only had one drink, why did you refuse to blow?
Because I used to date a gal, and I've been to several police parties.
You know, unfortunately, Dean is living in a fantasy world. The Law Show does not support, under any circumstances, anybody ever drinking and driving. He got drunk, he got behind the wheel, he got pulled over, he refused to blow, claiming he only had one drink is that's what they all say, right? And taking a risk at killing our friends and relatives and neighbors and all kinds of other people. Dean, I don't want you to call back to the law show again. I don't like what you did. I don't like drinking and driving. I defend people that drink and drive, but I expect my clients to be realistic and be honest with me. Don't tell me you just had one drink and you're refusing to blow. It doesn't make sense. I don't believe you. Anyway, I'm going to get off my soapbox and go back to the phones right now. We're going to talk to Jake.
Hi, this is Jake.
Jake.
Thanks for the show.
You're welcome. What can I do for you?
Yeah, I have a cousin. He was worth about $750,000. He was in his 80s.
That's a good cousin to have. Did he like you?
Well, here's kind of what happened. He went to a funeral home to get arrangements made, so via prepackage, and he was he lived kind of alone. He was close to the church, and this lady I think worked on him, and she became the executor.
Okay.
Now, he's dead, buried, and we just want to know what the heck happened with his whole estate, all his money and everything, because no one got anything. And she's the only one that knows what's going on. And
when did he die?
Understand. Oh, he died about a year ago.
I'd be curious about that, too. And I think you can...
the state of Illinois, don't these people have to stay away from that kind of stuff? The funeral home director and his assistant wife.
Is that who got the executorship?
Yeah, the witch that works for the funeral home. She's the wife, I believe, of the funeral home director.
Did you just say witch?
I called her a witch because
it's okay. Listen, I didn't know if I heard that, and I want people to be free to talk. Not using proper names of companies or individuals, and I don't want you to swear, but I want you to feel comfortable talking to me on the radio.
Yeah, I said witch, not the bitch.
No, don't say that second word. The W word's
I'm
good.
Sorry.
All right.
Yeah.
So listen, here's the thing.
We felt that that's the character of this woman because she was pretty tight-lipped about anything, and
yeah, I'd want to.
That's a lot of money, and
I'd want to look into it. I'd want to look into it, and I want to hear from you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you on hold, and I want Kevin to get your phone number so I can call you back after the show and talk to you a little bit more in detail. But anytime anybody exerts undue influence over somebody that has money and is old and is going to a funeral home, I think that that doesn't smell right, okay? I don't know what the law is that applies that allows us to get that money back, but if it's there, I'll find it. I guarantee you that, okay?
Yeah, that just doesn't sound right.
It doesn't smell right, does it?
Give it to us, and he wanted to give it to the church. That's fine, but there should be some disclosure.
Yeah, I agree. It doesn't pass the smell test. It's like a bunch of dead, rotting fish on the in the refrigerator. It's just you got to get it out, okay? So anyway, listen, I want to tell you I appreciate you calling. I want you to hold on, Jake, because I really would like to handle your case. Can you hold on?
Yeah, but is there state law that there's transparency in this situation?
I think there is, and I'm going to find that, but I want some more detail from you. That's why I'm asking you to hold so I get in touch with you.
Oh, okay.
All right, hold on. You know what? I'm so sorry, but the Law Show on 890 AM WLS for this Saturday morning is over. I apologize about that, but if you're on the line, don't hang up. I'll answer your questions on the Law Show Extra. If you're listening and you want to call in, you haven't been able to make it through, don't stop. I'll be here until people stop calling. I want to answer your questions, and we're going to continue answering your questions. I'm attorney Brian Dailey, host of the Law Show, founder of the Dailey Law Firm. We have offices all across the country and soon to be all in the universe and the world. We are growing, and that's partly because of your listenership. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. If you need me during the week, call me at 855-LAW-SHOW. That's 855-529-7469. I answer it 24/7. You can also email me questions at thelawshow.com. I'm here to help you. Help yourself by calling me, Brian Dailey, your attorney. And we'll be back next week. Stay tuned for the Law Show Extra.